Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. Today I am farming potions and I'm bored. Really bored. But hey, that's just how it goes. My intention is to actually get a completion run of variant 1. But I want to have a good stockpile of potions. I'm thinking 30 or 40. So I got a solid hour plus of potion farming ahead of me before I even consider looking into that. So here we go. And if people jump in, they say hi. I'd love to answer questions. Anything to keep me entertained while I do this. Because let me tell you, potion farming is tedious. So Ghost is my resident potion farmer. It's pretty quick. It's not the best to do, but I fight the Ms. Marvel as well. Just feels better to be doing 2 fights per run instead of 1, even though it's probably more efficient to just quit out. I don't. Oof. Oh, I didn't do that one properly. Awkward. Let's see, actually, if my brother is free. Just in case no one joins. Maybe I can get him on the line. Have someone to talk to. This is going to take a while.
What's up, Yar?
Yar, brother, I'm potion farming on a live stream. Maybe no one will ever watch, but I thought I'd call you up and have you on the call so that at least I'm talking to someone. Because I'll be.
Sounds good. How's your potion farming going? How much do you need to get?
I want to get like 30.
Alright, sounds good to me.
So maybe 30 plus. I want to push variant 1 today. I have just the last chapter left.
Yeah.
I've got, it's Cosmic Science, and I'm stacked on Cosmic and Science.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting, Yar.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I just did a full exploration of the first 2 sections of the Uncollected event.
The first 2 chapters or the first 2 quests?
What, Yar?
The first 2 chapters or the first 2 quests?
First 2 chapters. The
Okay.
first two thirds.
Nice.
But I've only done Aegon once, and I'm looking at the Silver Surfer, the map, like the nodes around the map, and I'm currently trying to figure out if it's going to be worth trying to make a full exploration or just calling it.
Well, who do you have for Silver Surfer?
Well, so I've heard Archangel's,
Archangel's phenomenal.
yeah, I've heard it, so we're going to see how that goes, but it's actually not the Silver Surfer I'm as worried about yet.
Okay.
It's the, so there's like a whole spike path that looks like it's going to be a pain in the butt.
Use Ghost Hood synergy.
Well, you got to keep in mind here, since I'm no longer running suicides, like my ghost doesn't hit very hard. But yeah, I see what you're saying, yes.
Yeah. But you can always turn them on for 1 path.
So, and then, who else? But yeah, and then, not to mention that, like, the whole Aegon fight.
How you're worried about a spite path? You have Doc Ock. You have a rank 5 Daka.
It's the fact that it's spite, and then it's with the 50% reduction of damage unless you're a mystic.
Yeah, pop a 20% boost.
And then it's got an invisible woman that I have to fight twice.
Yeah, that one's a rough, but it's the first fight, so...
So...
you know what I'm saying? And just Archangel, the invisible... You know Archangel's good for spite paths, right?
Why is he good for spite paths?
Because he has no buffs, and he's a parry heavy champ. So you never dex, and they die fast enough. You know?
That makes sense.
And then the 50% Mystic thing isn't a big deal. Like, we really don't feel it that bad. And if you're feeling it, just pop a boost.
Alright. Well, so, I mean, we're just going to see. I got a lot of days, so we'll see. I'm going to, slowly start trying to tackle it.
Yeah, if you have a response for the Silver Surfer, I don't think the paths should be the thing that stops you.
Yeah, well, I mean, my response is Archangel. I have a Ronan that I might try to bring if I can taxi him.
Yeah.
See if that works, and just stun lock him.
Yeah, but also, like, you have Archangel. Just use Archangel. How did I not parry that?
No, yeah. I'm going to use Archangel. But actually, I'm more concerned...
How's it going, PP 97,250? Are you able to hear my brother on the phone, or do I need to figure out sound for that? Sorry, live chat, Yar.
No, all you.
What were you saying?
I said, what was I saying? I don't remember at this point, I'm sorry.
No worries. I said you have Archangel, just use him.
Yeah, I plan on it. But yeah, so I mean, I did my full exploration of Masters, so I can start chipping away at the Uncollected. And I might start chipping away towards my heroic completion. We'll see if I get an exploration.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think that if you have a response for Silver Surfer, you definitely should do it. I mean, it's even... Remember, I say it's worth 3 revives a path, probably. Awesome, good, because then at least I don't sound like I'm talking to myself. Does the PP stand for something, man? Or do I just have to call you like PP 97,250?
It's over 9,000.
Yeah, or is it double P over 9,000? That's what my wife says. Anything else besides the spite path, Yar?
Not that I can remember. I'm sure there's a couple of paths that are... I think that was the most difficult one. I'd have to double check. I haven't done it yet, Yar. So...
Gotcha, fair enough. I did finish last night. I'm going to upload the video. But when I went to upload it, it like locked my computer out. Like I couldn't even record content for 2.5 hours. So I'm going to upload it later tonight, maybe when I'm like eating dinner and stuff. Yeah, I'll call you Double P. That's easier. Let me know if you need help though, Yar. I don't think you have any excuse with your roster though.
Yeah, no, Yar, I blitzed through the Captain Marvel and Iron Man Infinity War fights.
Yeah.
I actually wonder if the Aegon's gonna give me more trouble than the Silver Surfer. I mean, I got pretty good about it, like the 3rd or 4th time I fought the Aegon, which was the first time I beat him because I just kept redoing the path. But,
Yar, I heard a great way to handle that Aegon though.
Is it what?
Guillotine 2099.
How's that work?
She bypasses the Lazarus node because if you SP3 an enemy to death, she starts the fight with a 100-hit combo. Also Aegon.
Does that really count?
Yeah, because it's a combo.
But like, I thought it was every 20, like as you generate it.
What do you mean?
So I thought that the way she worked, like the way the node worked, like you had to generate the 20-hit combo while you were fighting him to remove the node.
Yeah, I guess it's just a 100-hit combo.
Oh man.
So.
Interesting. I wonder if that's intended.
Probably. I mean, she doesn't have like, she has a good amount of utility, so I wouldn't be surprised. But, like, also most of her utility is very ramp, you know? So I think it's okay to let her... Yeah, respect.
And pretty awesome.
Alright, did you see that I did Realm of Legends with only Clairvoyant?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of your videos recently, sorry.
No worries, I've been pumping them out really fast. No, your Realm of Legends, Clairvoyant absolutely memes it.
Love it.
So she just has so much health steal, like, she just doesn't care. I made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And then the Wolverine, I kind of thought it would be tough, like it would be a rough fight, but she gets stacks that every time that she can nullify abilities every time she hits the opponent, and she gets those stacks every time she or an opponent is immune to a buff or debuff, right?
There we go. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, so Clairvoyant gets these stacks every time her or the opponent is immune to a buff or a debuff, right?
Yes.
So you apply buff immunity to the Wolverine, and then you're hitting into him, triggering the regen, but he's buff immune. So instead of getting buff immune, you're getting stacks, and then when the buff immunity drops, you've got like 4 stacks of nullification that you can just hit into him. And it just makes for a really good time where like his regen is like almost permanently on cooldown.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Because I thought I was going to have to like stack poisons on him, you know?
Yeah. What's
Thanks, Double P.
Clairvoyant's, awaken?
I got good rewards, Double P. I can spoil it if you want, but I put a timestamp in the video when I post it, so you can just skip to the end and check out what I got. What'd you ask, Yar?
Yar, what's Clairvoyant's awakened ability?
Garbage. It's death immunity, but only after she's special 3.
It's what immunity?
It's a Phoenix ability, except it's only when she has Death Touch active, and Death Touch, like, the maximum amount of time you can get Death Touch to be active is 22 seconds. So it's just... I don't know. I gotta play around with it. I'm just preemptively calling it bad. I don't think it's good, but I want to try something out. So I'm like slowly maxing out Mystic Dispersion, because I want to see if Clairvoyant plus maxed out Mystic Dispersion. Like, I think you can meme the champion on Act 6.2.6 just by spamming Special 3 and Special 2. Getting the immunity and then just letting him like repeatedly kill you to get the dexes, you know?
Interesting.
Because it's not one per fight.
Yeah.
But you have to have recently special 3'd in order for it to trigger, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not very good, to be honest. I'm still gonna awaken her if I get a Mystic Gem. I just love the champion. Oh, Yar.
Oh, that's so dumb.
What'd you do?
Oh my goodness gracious. So I'm leaving base right now to go get some food.
Yeah.
And the line of cars is insane.
Why?
I don't know. There must be like an event going on today. Oh god, how far back does this go? This is awful. Oh man. I don't know what's going on. It's just a regular Sunday. I don't know what's going on today.
That's rough.
Holy cow.
Yar, I've almost got the ghost phase time down after special 2.
Yeah.
I've almost got it down to 1 swipe.
Nice, Yar. Yar, Ghost is, in my opinion, an absolute monster against Korg.
Yeah, I almost took a Korg boss down yesterday. I screwed up at the very end.
I did take a Korg boss. Well, okay, so that's not fair. He was at like 50% health. But I took him down.
Remember when you used to die to Korg with Ghost? And you were like,
Yeah, because I didn't understand what's going on.
Korg is so good against Ghost. how you can't beat him, and I was like, ghost counters work so hard.
Oh my god, this is awful.
Sorry, just have to tease you a little bit for that one, Yar.
No, that's fine. I'm just not looking forward to this really long line. I'm gonna sit through on my way back in. Hopefully it's gone by the time I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was at like 35% health or something going into the fight, and I was like, I think I can take him. And
Wait. You started a war boss, like the final boss, with 35% health?
yo, he was at 50% health.
Like you had 35% health, or he had 35% health?
So he had 50%, I had 35.
You're a bad person.
Why?
Fucking go in there with full health, you piece of garbage.
What do you mean? I'm not gonna use potions to heal up.
Try harder. Get sweaty.
I'm trying to remember why my ghost took so much damage. I must have screwed up earlier. Who was I up against? I don't remember. Yeah, Korg final boss though. Yeah, 4-star ghost. Like, I was watching my damage, and all I was thinking is like, what would have happened if I had like a 5-star ghost? Like, this fight would have been so much faster.
Yeah, I only special 2'd twice on the Korg, and I got him down to 17%.
I think I hit him with like 4 special 2s, man. He took forever to bring down.
Yeah, my issue was that I ended up going from his corner to my corner without him ever throwing a special.
Yeah.
And then he special 2'd while I was up against the wall, and I realized that I just kind of screwed up because during the fight I forgot that I had hood synergy, you know? So I didn't push him into a special 3, and after I died, I was like, oh, I could have just pushed him into a special 3, you know?
Yeah, instead of trying to like dex and dodge and all that jazz.
Yeah, well, you know, lessons were learned. But yeah, Ghost absolutely... I mean, also, I could have popped a 20% boost, because I got him down to 17%, so if I had boosted, you know... But
Alright. I gotta put you down for like 2 minutes so I can order my food, alright?
Respect.
Sorry.
No problem. Ooh, potions, man. Grinding potions. Hey Lupe, if my channel ever monetizes, would you approve me buying an iPhone just for streaming purposes?
If I let you, would I be allowed to judge you?
Why?
iPhones. You're always against iPhones.
I hate iPhones. But I would literally just be Marvel Contest of Champions on it.
Can I judge you for going back on it?
What do you mean?
For going back on your judgment on iPhones?
I can't help it that like the loading times on Android, like even my Note 8 has such a long loading time. You know?
And you didn't get one who was finally judged you.
Aw. There's this guy named Mantastic. Shout out to anyone who's watching this. If you know who Mantastic is, tell me what game he plays, because I'll give you a huge shout out for that. Props to you. But it's this guy named Mantastic, and he plays a mobile video game, and he's also an Android guy. He bought an iPad specifically to make content because of, you know, the loading times between Android and Apple are just that big of a difference. Ooh. There's a delay between my phone and the display on my computer, and I'm trying to use the display on my computer to play.
Oh, don't do that.
It works as long as I like expect the delay. How's it going, Rob? Hope your day is going well. Yar, brother, welcome back. If you're curious, I finished Variant 4, Rob. It only cost me about 1,200 units, a lack of any sleep at all, and a lifetime of regret. Because I spent 1,200 units on a Variant clear. I definitely don't think I needed to. I should have just waited. He immediately put me on hold. Are you back?
Yeah, sorry, I must have used my face to put you on hold.
Oh, cool. What do you?
You're right. Did you say you spent 1,200 units to get a variant clear?
Yeah, the variant one, the last quest is total garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at one point you can only use Hulk and you can only use Colossus.
Yeah, that's what Steven was pissed about, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize. The rewards were pretty good. One second. The rewards were pretty good, Rob. I went to upload the video and it took 2.5 hours and it locks out my computer because of just how much bandwidth it takes. So I'm going to upload the video later today when I'm not using my computer. And I'll put a timestamp in the description so people can skip to the rewards because I do the rewards in 60 seconds. If you want, just let me know and I can spoil it for you. But I just want to make sure you want that because not everybody likes spoils. But I'm really satisfied with my rewards. I feel pretty damn good. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, sorry, I was just saying that's why Steven was pissed and why I was you told me just don't sell your 1-stars, and I was like, I don't think I have either a Colossus or who's the other one you can use?
Hulk, not can, have to.
Yeah, I don't think I have either of them as 1-stars, Yar.
Hulk is the only poison immune champion, Yar, and one of the nodes is Caustic Temper. 50% chance the defender applies a poison, dealing 160% of their damage. Their attack as direct damage to you over 6 seconds. And if you don't have an active Fury buff, 90% reduced damage.
Yikes.
Hey, Rob, I got a Mutant Awakening gem, a Mutant Fortify gem, and I am 100% holding them for Namor and Omega Red. So now I have the materials to bring up Namor and Omega Red to rank 5 and awaken them both. I also got a Colossus dupe, which is absolutely wild on that 5-star crystal. And I got a... Those are the important ones. I got something else, but it wasn't exciting. I think it was a tech gem or something, tech 2 to 3. Yeah, but we'll get limited 1-stars sometime in the future, Yar?
Yeah, oh for sure.
So I'm just trying to think who in the game handles Caustic Temper.
Oh, I think they also said Vision. 1-star Vision.
Oh yeah, thanks. You can use Vision. It's just miserable.
Yeah, isn't that the longest fight in the world?
400 to 500 hit fights.
Yeah, that's dumb. Ridiculous.
And Vision doesn't have... He can't work with recovery, so you don't get the passive heal.
Yikes.
And you have to turn suicides off.
With Vision?
To do the 1-star quest.
Oh.
It's just not doable.
Recoil
and block damage.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you're going to be spending a lot more on revives and potions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super excited that I duped him because I'm holding on to a 3 to 4 2016 mutant gem. And so if I decide, if I need him, I'll bring him up to rank 4 at some point. Otherwise, I'm hoping I can get a 2015 mutant gem and use that instead. But I do plan on rank 4ing him at least, if not bringing him up to rank 5, Rob, because he's definitely worth it. I duped my Colossus.
Does that help you in any way?
Yeah, his dupe ability is what gives him the ability to ramp up and do insane amounts of damage.
Oh, nice. Now, did you hear anything about this Hulkbuster update?
No, it's not coming anytime soon. Why?
Okay. No, I'm just curious.
I'm bringing my Hulkbuster up to rank 4.
Really?
Yeah, why not? I have a 3 to 4 2015 2016 gem for
I
tech.
guess, who else you're going to use it on?
So, like, and I have Ghost ranked up, so who do I care for?
Yeah, might as well capitalize on your arena grinding.
Yeah, my other options are like Vision, Ultron, and Star-Lord, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll do
Right
Hulkbuster.
now, my Venom's rank 4, level 0, or 1 or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't
just
have
pull the
gold
trigger.
to bring him up.
Oh, you don't have the gold to level him up?
Yeah.
That feels bad, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, as soon as this next week comes up, I'll be able to, right? Because that'll unlock the that weekly event.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm pretty close. I'm pretty excited. Bringing in a couple of powerhouses, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna love that Venom.
Oh, I'm so excited. And like, one day he'll get duped. That'll be nice too. Nice little extra.
Yeah, my only. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite parts about Colossus is like you get like 6 armors and he's so tanky. But not just that, like every parry you take like no damage at all, which is really important. Like I feel like Colossus is gonna be one of the ones people use in Abyss of Legends for like slow clears. But also I'm getting the feeling that Abyss is gonna be really really long. So. Colossus's damage might really ramp up way more than we think. As long as we don't see any, like, crazy things. Although Limber might really put a stop to that, to be honest. I would support a rank 5 Venom. I think that's a great choice. Especially if you don't run suicides. Venom is just an absolute monster.
Yeah.
I mean, I run suicides, and I'm thinking about... This guy on the live chat yard is saying he might rank 5 Venom.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, would you?
I was actually thinking about the same thing. Well, because I'm sitting on enough Cosmics to rank them up. So I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, he handles most of the evade champs in the game, right?
Yeah. He's got that armor.
Armor break, good bleed.
Good special 1.
He has a passive fury, so you can use him against the Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
He's not great, but you can use him.
Well, I have deep wounds. I've been thinking about unlocking that thing that extends your fury buffs.
It's okay, but I wouldn't.
So, well, just because like the number of champions I'm running that start having fury buffs is increasing.
Yeah, but I think it's Contest Champion does the math on it, and it just doesn't work out the way you think it does.
Okay.
Because, like, all the champs that have Fury buffs like that have ways to refresh them, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it would be one thing if Furies were, like, expired very quickly, you know? But they don't. It's not like bleeds that burn out, like, in 1 second, you know what I'm saying? How's it going, yo Aunt Jemima? Yo Aunt Joe Mama. Jeez, I always say like Joe Mama like you're... Dude, people's names on YouTube, they trip me up more than like real life names. Oof. Alright, forgive me. I'm making mushroom soup at the same time, so I have to periodically get up to make sure I'm not burning it. Homemade mushroom soup. It's the best.
I'm gonna see if my Stealth Suit Spidey art kills that Winter Soldier faster than my Archangel.
Ooh, that's a good test. Why don't you just Google it? I think someone's already done that. Like there's
I mean, he probably doesn't. He doesn't get the same boost, but like his damage is pretty insane.
yeah. Well, the thing to remember though is that Stealth Suit Spidey works. That damage works on everybody.
So,
You know.
well, yeah, that's why I've been loving him.
Someone in my alliance, Stealth Suit was his first rank 5.
Yeah, I love my Stealth Suit Spider-Man. I would love to bring him to rank 5. I don't think I can justify it with the other champions that the other people I have. Like, I think strategically it would just be better for me to rank up my Void or Quake or Venom first, you know?
I wouldn't rank 5 Void over Quake any day. Just because what the value you get out of Void, you can get as a rank 4, and if you ever need the higher health or the higher damage, you can just boost.
So like, that's what I was thinking. And so like I'm trying to think about like who do I want as a rank 5? Like a Doc Ock, I'm really glad I ranked up Doc Ock because he's like he's for me he's becoming like a boss killer. Like he destroyed that Iron Man Infinity Warrior.
Yeah.
Block heavy counter like remove the heal block debuff like it was insane. And then when Iron Man Infinity goes into that power gain phase right at the end.
Yeah, instant power lock, right?
Instant power lock. Because I was fighting Infinity War as Void, and it was not as Void, as Emma Frost, and I just sat there dexing special ones for like a minute, and I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, especially on map 6 yard, there's an Iron Man Infinity War, and a lot of people, wow, we lost that war. What, dude? My alliance has lost like 6 wars in a row. We suck.
That does suck.
Damn, dude. Oh, I only got 1 defender kill this time around.
Nice.
I mean, part of it, Yar, is that like almost no one in my alliance runs Limber.
Yeah. Did you guys lose the defender kills or?
I don't even want to look. We probably lost to attacker deaths. To be honest. We really need to shore up our deaths. I don't know how we clock like 30 deaths,
We clock a lot of deaths too. It's really frustrating because people are kind of just like, I get that they want to rush it, but like there's like 8 hours left and we finish the war, and I'm like, man, I'm popping on. I can jump on and I can kill this Korg, without having people just suicide into him,
Yeah, we got people dying on their paths.
That's really bad. Like, you die once on your path and like you fucked up. Like,
I mean, mistakes happen, but I'm like,
oh, yeah, I've done it. I've died with my ghost. Like, you just screw up. You make a mistake. I mean, to be fair, I'm running a 4-star ghost, and so if I screw up, it's typically to like max rank 5-star.
yeah, I mean, like, I've tanked special 3s to the face with Ghost, and it only does like 30% of my health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to really screw up to like die.
Well, it's just that people aren't healing.
Yeah, one sec. How are you? I hope you have a good afternoon. Sorry, I was at the gate.
You're good. Did you have to wait in a long line on your way back?
No, they opened up a second gate.
That's
which
good.
is interesting. So yeah, security's been interesting. A lot of people running around with an M16 because there was a shooting on Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tyler was like all concerned. He was like telling me to be safe.
Like on a base?
Yeah. Down in Florida. I think it happened like a week or two ago. A week ago. I don't know. It wasn't long. On Monday maybe? That sounds right. But, yeah, it was pretty serious. Damn, my spot got taken. Alright.
Oh, dude, I hate potion farming.
Yeah, it's tedious.
If you're watching this potion farming, what are you doing while I'm farming? Just let me know. Like, are you grinding arena? Because the tier 1 alpha arena's not up yet, right? Are you also potion farming? Are you grinding a tedious variant? Maybe you're also making mushroom soup. My brother's out grabbing lunch for himself. Although I thought I heard you punching in numbers in a code. Was that like a security checkpoint or something?
Me? You heard me punching in numbers in a code?
I thought I heard beeping.
Well, not for me.
Gotcha. Ugh. I might need to put my hands down for a minute.
Yeah. You just stand back.
You're killing my ears, Yar.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna hang up right now.
Killer. Ooh, I love those team potions. Right after this stream, I'm going to do a variant 1 completion push. I have just the last chapter, and I want to grab that 3 to 4 gem and that 5-star crystal. Wow, I'm really out of it. Wow, stun lock. Please don't. Gonna die to Captain Marvel Classic? Embarrassing, man. Ooh. Oh, my video froze. Alright, let's see how we're doing on potions. I just need like 30 or so, and then I can switch over to pushing variant 1. We're what, 37 minutes in? So I should have a good 15, right? 15 or so. Where are our potions? Hey, 15. Check it out. Got that timing down to a science. Oh, I only got to do another 30 or so minutes of farming. We'll have a good amount of potions. Can push variant 1. That's where all my units go. Let's take these gloves off. Whew. Compression gloves, man. They do a lot of work for my hands. Really, really helps. Let's go back in. Hold on. Where's the other one of these? There it is. You know, I think it was Dork Lessons put on a compression sleeve once when he was playing. I was like, this man is a genius. And he's actually the reason I went out and bought these things. Because when you are grinding for like hours on end, like the compression really helps. I am not phased. I am so checked out of this potion farming. Ha! Embarrassing. God, I am sucking up a storm. Okay. Are you gonna go mining? You gonna go for a walk? Be careful, okay? Let's straighten that out. I should what? Yeah, absolutely not. I'm busy farming potions. I can't really, to be honest. Like, I can't even really watch anime while farming potions yet. I'm not good enough. Which is why I'm doing this live stream, to be honest. Because even this live stream is a little more focused than I need to do this properly. Not that Realm of Legends is too hard, but to do it efficiently at least. What are you looking for? Hmm? Oof. Almost didn't get that potion. Is it gonna rain?
I don't know.
I screwed something up. Crap. What did I do? There we go. So I fixed that. Oh, I see what I did. I dragged something way off screen. Uh-oh. That's awkward. Where's my technical difficulties? As I pulled something off my screen, unfortunately. Where is it? There's that. Oh, I see what I did. There we go. I think that's right? Uh-oh. This is awkward. I see what I did. Okay, so there we go. That's not right. Well, that's close enough, I guess. It's not great, but close enough. Oh, I brought Yellow Jacket in. I'm an idiot. Hold on. Seem to have botched up my OBS. It's a good thing I have a secondary here. How's it going, Mohammed? Welcome to potion farming. I am doing it with a purpose though. Variant 1 completion is something I'll be grabbing today. I finished variant 4 at like 5 a.m. this morning. 5 a.m. EST. I'm like losing my mind here. How do people potion farm for a duration of time longer than 10 minutes? I am not going for Silver Surfer. I don't go for any new champs. I'm not at a point where I think they're worth it. I used to go for old 4-stars, but now I don't. But like I heard Silver Surfer's going for like 70 mil. I wouldn't be surprised either, considering the fact that he's a the #1 prestige in the game. So you got all of the like crazy like top tier players who will be going for him. I don't need to compete with that nonsense. Plus, he's not like Namor where I feel like he has a lot of value. Like Namor was a really good mix of #1 prestige, or wait, number 2 prestige, my apologies. And like really good value as a champ. So no, this is just potion farming, my dude. Oh, 81 mil. Yeah, F that noise. Are you going for Silver Surfer? $81 million for Silver Surfer. Wild. I have static in my hair. Yeah, I mean, even the 3-star, the 3-star usually goes for the same amount regardless of how popular. I used to grab the 3-stars. Because it's good to like get that practice with the champ, play around with them, see if you even want to invest resources in them in the potential future. So, I think 3-stars are definitely worth it. It's like what, 12 or 14 rotations to net the 3-star, so that's really not that bad. I'm on Wi-Fi. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, Medusa's a good grab. I have a Medusa, and she's duped, so I don't feel the need to push for her. I hope you get that Medusa though, because she is fun to play. You only put up 2 million from the Medusa and you got her? That's actually pretty good. Oof. Not really paying attention. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have put Medusa probably 1.8, 1.9. She's valuable, but I don't think she's like super sought after. So I think 2 million is a good amount. If she doesn't go for 1.8, 1.9, I'd say she'd go for 2.3 ish. 2.2, 2.3. But I think you're probably pretty safe at 2 million. I would probably would have said 1.8, 1.9 if I had to guess. But hey, you know, sometimes it's crazy because sometimes champs are like really overvalued, and I'm like looking at the arena results, thinking to myself, who put up those numbers for that champ? Yeah, and like her biggest value is bugged as far as I know. You get the armor shattered on the opponent once, and like on robots that prevents the power gain from them, and you can't prevent the power gain on the second armor shatter. So you still get the second armor shatter, but the robots still gain power anyways, which is like a really, really big bug. You'd think they would have fixed that by now. But, you know, kabam. They do things at their own pace, and I feel like not enough people use Medusa to complain about it for Kabam to feel like it's a high priority. So, unless that bug's been fixed, in which case, you know, my apologies. Kabam gets more credit than that, but I don't think that bug is fixed. I think it's still a problem. Really? Alright, let's see how far we are on the potions, because I need to take a shower, and then I need to prep mentally for variant 1. I'm almost there. I just want like a good 30 potions or so. I think that's a good amount to have. 21. Oh, I'm so far. The grind continues. Losing my self-control. I don't even want to know. Tell myself, cross the line. I do. Oh, it was worth it. I got a neck crack. Oh, that felt good. It was worth getting punched in the face by Winter Soldier. Muhammad, if you're still here, if you get Medusa at 2 million, are you going to put up another 2 million to Duper? Yeah. Let me check out something real quick. Multitasking, so I'm probably going to get punched in the face quite a bit here. Yeah, because her SIG ability, you might already know, but Medusa, she gets the Fury bonus is it's stacked, so you don't get anything for sigging her up, and it's the auto block percentage that goes up as you sig her up. So you really only need one sig level to get the bonus damage. So if you were on the fence at all about it, you should definitely keep that in mind. Right, like here's her sig ability. How do let me put this in a way where you can see it. Hold on, let me secure this potion. Yeah, but I'm about to show you why one sig on Medusa is actually going to be okay for you. If you just let me secure this potion real quick. Okay. So this is Medusa's signature ability. And I'm sorry, I kind of botched the screen share a while ago. But you see here the passive Fury for Fury buffs that you gain every 3 seconds. The attack rating is flat. So at 1 sig, at 99 sigs, doesn't matter. You're getting the same amount of damage buff. And when you go from 1 up, the percentage that's changing is the chance to auto block and purify any stuns for the cost of 3 Fury buffs, triggering parry. That's what changes. So like you don't get that massive safety net, but you're getting the raw damage, which is really the only reason you dupe her. Because you don't really need it's the safety net. Like that's not what you're playing her for, because you can always just play better as a player. Safety net is nice to have, and it's definitely nice to have if you're using it. I mean, I would imagine she's coming back. I've never seen the way the arena's set up is it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's always the same champs. Right, like if the arena is going to change, we would see that change soon. But if you're ever curious, you can go to the discussion post. Let me find it for you. And you can go to where do they keep it? I think they keep it in general discussions. Nope. News and announcements. Here we go. So if you go to the MCOC forums, and you go to news and announcements, and you scroll down, there is weekly arena hero announcements. Scroll to the last page, because that's the only one that matters. Scroll all the way down. Is it the last page? I think it's the last page. Yeah, so, and you can always just like check, and it's this week, so December 10th. Yeah, so she's coming back, man. It's gonna be Silver Surfer and Medusa around twice, but yeah, you can always check the day before arenas come out, so you can check on Wednesday night to find out who's coming out Thursday. If you're not patient and you want to know the night before, which is like really relevant for a lot of people. I used to check because on Wednesdays, I think it comes out around like afternoon my time, and I used to work night shift, right? So I would check afternoon the day before, because it affected whether or not I would wake up early. Because if the champion was someone I wanted, I used to wake up around 4 or 5 p.m., but if I wanted them, I would wake up at noon/1 p.m., like on reset, do a rotation, and then go back to sleep. So it's good bit of information. Could save you, an extra rotation, a good handful of units if you're someone who has to use units. Or at the time when I was like grinding crazy hardcore on that night shift job, I was able to push like crazy amount of points in the arena just off of doing like 10 to 12 rotations without ever doing units to refresh, just by logging in so frequently. I played so much Marvel back then. A disgusting amount of Marvel. No Fury buff. Man, I have static in my hair and it's driving me nuts. Alright, hold on. I have mushroom soup again. I apologize. Just gotta check it. Yeah, see, it's boiling over. It's too much. Smells good. Needs a little garlic. Onion salt. Whew, sorry about that. I usually get arena rewards sometime in the next hour. Usually about 3 to 4 hours after the day resets. So you should get your arena reward sometime in the next 30 minutes to an hour. But actually, is it different? I just kind of assumed it was universal, but maybe it's not. In fact, it's probably not now that I think about it. Yeah, Mohammed, the only time I think spending in arena, like spending units in arena, is worth it is if the champion's just like absolutely amazing and you're really close, or if you're just a space whale and like grinding. Like I think BG used units to secure his Namor, and I think that's an absolutely reasonable time to use units to spend in arena when you're trying to push that 70 mil, etc. Because honestly, when you're pushing that 70 mil, you're only getting that amount by spending 2,000 units plus having like a really solid roster of 5 stars and 6 stars. Because it's expensive. BG is on a whole nother level of arena grind. I give that man props. Because like even when I was on my top tier of arena grinding, I know I was nowhere near him. Because I still put a pretty good amount of arena grinding in, I think. I'd like to think so. Alright, let's take it down. Oh, shoot. I wasn't paying attention. I thought I had him. Guess not. Misjudged the damage. That's unfortunate. I feel like I should have had the damage. Man, I've got this like terrible crick in my neck. How's it going, Mark Wilson? I always appreciate the subscription, and you give me an excuse to do this. Look. Look. Recent. There you go, Mark. You get a little shout out there. I've always wanted to do that. I just learned how to add text to OBS. Not that it's hard, just I'm lazy, and the video editing, the tweaking OBS to look fancy and all that jazz is like my least favorite part of making YouTube content. Like everybody else. Ooh, sorry for the loud noise. I just dropped my mic. And that's by far my least favorite part of the making YouTube content, so I avoid it like the plague, but I decided I wanted to add some text, fill up the blank spaces on my screen, but finally did. He usually does Arena Boost though. Yeah, I do use Arena Boosts, cause free resources. Why not? I usually try to time it during a item use event though. My pleasure, Mark. Thanks for being... You're the first person that's gotten that recent subscriber thing, so I apologize to everybody who subscribed before I did that. Maybe you're going to want to, unsubscribe, wait a couple days, and then resubscribe, and then you can get your name up there as well. Because, I can't do much. I learned it really late in the game. Ooh, Static Connor. I mean, I think so. I value Medusa at around 1.8, 2 million, maybe even lower, like 1.7, 1.6. The thing is that it just kind of depends. I'm just going to tentatively say you're probably pretty good. But I'm not going to lie, I get most of my numbers from this guy, Crafty Grinding. Got to give that guy respect because he puts out very, very solid content on analysis, and he gives you the forewarning of, hey, it's not always accurate. Let me see. I think he estimated Medusa around, I want to say he would have estimated her around 1.7, 1.8. Let me check. So, but if you haven't heard of Crafty Grinding, here, I'll type it into the chat for you. So it's typed like this, and I just literally look up Crafty Grind. I literally just Google search, YouTube search Crafty Grinding, and he puts cutoffs up. Yeah, so he says Medusa 1.8 million. So that's what I would have valued her at too. She's old. She's an old champion, but she's got amazing utility. So putting that utility into play, I think that it really means a lot. Nice. Yeah. So 2.7, I'm definitely going to say you're pretty good, especially since a lot of Crafty Grinding's videos I feel are it's kind of self-perpetuating, where because Crafty Grinding said this is the cutoff, that's what the cutoff's going to be. And I found it's not perfectly accurate, but it's relatively true. He does a really good job. He said 1.8 with a 2 million cutoff. Okay. Yeah, I always put up another 100,000, 200,000 than what he suggests, because inflation kind of makes me wish he would suggest a little bit lower, but who is Joel Line? Is that someone who did it before? Yeah, I mean, Static, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with putting a little over. Right? And I think don't you get a rank up gen if you're in a top 100 or top certain number? Maybe it's just top 1. That's really hard to get. I got it way back in the day when I was still in my beginner bracket. But as long as you're not using units and it's just costing you time, 2.7 million is a really reasonable amount. Like I could put 2.7 million up on the 4-star basic, but you got to think, what are you losing in return? So if you say you could have put that 700,000 into the 4-star featured, you're losing out on what, like 60 units or so, 2 premium hero crystals, 2 or 3 premium hero crystals, and some battle chips, which might net to like another 40. So if you think, okay, I put 800,000 arena points in extra, you're losing probably the equivalent to like 200 units worth of resources. And that's really not that bad for securing a champion. And if you're not someone who goes for champions super consistently, it's definitely worth putting in that extra amount to not feel bad. Because I missed the cutoff one time, and it almost made me like quit arena altogether. So I definitely understand why people over push. But once you push champions very often is when you start saying, okay, if I don't get this one, I don't get this one. Except for when it's a champion you really care about. I'll have to check out Joel Line. I checked out Idealist. His videos are great. I really love the attitude and personality behind that person. Just absolutely wonderful. And I had to watch, like, the Idealist has like this is why I'm leaving the game video, and I gotta put a lot of respect. I really understand where he was coming from. And Lion Fist, I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you like the suicide guide, because that one took a lot of time. I mean, I have like a 4-page write-up on my explanations for all of those champions, and I actually have a lot of edits, because as I get the champions and play them and practice them, I learn a lot of things. Like, I just recently learned Morningstar doesn't work with double suicides. So I have to edit the guide because I need to, like, I don't want to mislead people, because I was like, oh, you can play Morningstar. She's a great suicide champion, friendly champion. And she's not. She is. You cannot run double suicides with Morningstar because you completely lose the whole value of her. You can't really ever go past 2. So learning that, I was like, I made a huge screw up here, because the poison damage counts towards the loss of your potential persistent charge stacking. Not a good time. Um, 5.3, I like. Well, first off, I gotta ask who are the champions you're running, because like it's gonna make a big difference. But yeah, 5.3 is a lot less frustrating when you have suicides on. You're getting some of your damage back at least. And my biggest advice for 5.3 is each of the paths go on and try to do like the first couple fights without any kind of boosts. And like keep practicing the first 2 fights. Let's say first 2 fights of the path you're gonna do without any boosts. And like, yes, it's gonna cost you some energy, but after you can clear those 2 fights without boosts, go ahead and restart, pop your boost, and then full commit with revives, etc. Just because you want to make sure, one, that your skills are up to par, that you're not gonna have to like revive every single fight. And you don't want to have your boost active and then get like to the second fight and then die, and then you're continuously resetting just to get past the first 2 fights. So once you can comfortably do those first 2 fights without boosts, then go ahead and push. There's no easy way to farm revive. Brian Grant has a guide for farming revives. It's just not easy. And then also, if you're pushing Cavalier Lion Fist, my huge thing is like if you search like an amateur on the road to Cavalier, I used Omega Red like for like most of my 5.3 push, because the truth is that even off class, high damage dealing champs still do insane amounts of damage. So that's good to know. Idealist quit quite a long time ago. I think it's pushing a year now. But if you look him up and check out Idealist's like most recent video, it's I believe it's spelled Idealist like that. He quit quite a long time ago, so it shouldn't be too bad. Grat Static Connor, I'm glad that you got it, because 2.7 was a good amount, and it would have felt really bad if you didn't. Corvus, Omega Red. So I'm not too sure about how Corvus's damage holds up with the 50% reduction, but go ahead and give it a shot. If you can bring them down, I'd say to about 65% before you, like on the first fight, 65% without boosts, then it might be worth trying it out. But definitely, like, my biggest thing is bring like Omega, like if you have Omega Red, rank 5-star, rank 4, is he awakened? Because then you can just bring Sabretooth Synergy and literally use Omega Red to carry you through 5.3. And then when you get to 5.4, I would highly recommend, like normally I recommend other people's channels over mine because their content's way more fleshed out. But if you're running suicides, the easiest paths on 5.4 is not universal, because on 5.4 there are like biohazard paths and like really good option paths that Omega Red just absolutely memes, and you can just bring Omega Red and get like a free pass through the whole quest, minus like a couple fights with Bleed Enhanced, which you'll just use someone else for. Like I used a 4-star Omega Red and a 4-star Ghost to push 5.4. So if you have rank, 5-star rank 4s, you can definitely do it. Yeah, Static, if you were here when I was talking about it, the Medusa, you only need 1 sig to get the max value out of the Furies, because the signature level on her just affects the auto block percentage. And as long as you don't care about that safety net, you just want the raw damage, you're getting that from her no matter what. Cool, I'm caught up. Right? Oh, hey, J-Mania. I tried to tag you. It didn't let me, but I did put that variant 3.1.1 exploration guide up. It's like backlogged. If you want to Google it and check it out, let me know. Because if you like it, I'll make exploration videos for every single quest like that. But if you don't like it, let me know, because that video took a couple hours to make, I think. 2 hours just to record, because I like to restart a lot, and a solid like hour and a half of me rewatching my videos and my clears, and like researching other people's opinions for me to put that together. But I really want to fill that gap of exploration. Or maybe if you're like, hey, just a couple things need to be tweaked and done better, and then it'll be good content, and that would really help me out. Struggling. Ooh, I dodged way too early. I did not mean to dex. Just tried to block. Bully. I just wanted to get a Fury hit. I'm actually curious. How did I do in arena? Look at that, 10%, not bad. I only put 4.6 there. I didn't get Medusa, but that's good. I didn't want her because I already have her duped. So pulling her again actually would have been bad for me. So, because I stopped at 1.58, I want to say. Yeah, the other thing about 5.3 Lion Fist is that, like, for the most part, it's not hard. It's just longer, right? Because of 50% reduced damage. So 1, don't be afraid to bring your top champs. Don't feel the need to match class. And 2, remember, if you pop a champion boost and an attack boost, you're not going to feel the champion reduction as much. So it goes from being a really long fight to a really short one. So I think like the best tip anyone can have for a 5.3 push is pop boosts, sit down, and do it in one sitting. You know, it's not a quest you can chip away at, unfortunately. But if you can pop boost, sit down, and hammer, then it's actually not that bad of a time, especially if you have an Omega Red. Like, actually, if you really want it to go fast and you're not afraid to spend maybe a few more revives, try bringing Omega Red, Colossus, Void, and like Sabretooth or Deadpool X-Force Synergy, and then bring a boss killer. And then just use Omega Red to taxi your way through. And the fights actually are going to be pretty fair and pretty reasonable all the way through. Just a heads up. And again, I'm assuming your Omega Red is duped, because if your Omega Red's not duped, you're gonna want to find a different taxi, because he really gets a lot of his damage from his awakened ability. How are we doing on potions? I am hour and a half into potion grinding. My hand's starting to hurt, to be honest. Ooh, okay, we're over 25. That's good. So we're sitting on 30. That's a good amount, right? Yeah, my pleasure, man. Let me know if I can do anything else to help, or if you're stuck on a quest. Like, I know a lot of people want to reach out to me online or anything. Literally, just pick one of my videos and just comment on it. Like, it doesn't even need to be relevant to the video, because I get notifications on YouTube inbox and I read all the comments. So if you're just trying to send me a message, don't be afraid to send it on a video, even completely unrelated. As long as you're not swearing or anything in the comment or any kind of slurs, I'll get it, because I do have anything that would be potentially offensive to the game blocked. Sorry, Yar, one moment. My thing about Silver Surfer is I'm on Legacy's side. I think Silver Surfer might be just a teensy bit underrated. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, he's a lemon. But Silver Surfer is like Colossus, where 1, he's not hard to play, and 2, he's really, really, really tanky. Like, you gotta, like, as we evolve into this end game stage of the game, we're starting to get to the point where it's not just raw damage output that determines a champion's value. It's overall damage output, utility, and tankiness. Like, what makes Ghost so good is not just that she does insane amounts of damage. And don't get me wrong, her doing insane amounts of damage is huge in the factor. It's the fact that you never get hit. So Ghost is this unstoppable tank that just absolutely breezes through content without any potions. Silver Surfer is so tanky that he's really reasonable to use, because like Call Obsidian, I think, is one of the best examples of high damage overrated, because Call Obsidian takes so much block damage that I feel like he's not good, because you just have to potion up every time you take him on a path, and then after every fight you have to heal up, and it's really just not worth it. You're just better off using any of the other Cosmic Champions because of the ramp up. Not that he's bad, just that, like, that's a lot of resources, especially in end game content where, like, you're taking a lot of blocked hits. But Silver Surfer, he's tanky. He's got some good utility. He doesn't hit super hard, but he hits okay. And unblockable specials, that alone is really good utility. Can't miss, which makes him a good counter to certain champions after an L1. I don't know. I have to get him to test, but just from what I've seen, I think he's a solid high demigod tier, maybe low god tier. Just off of all of that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think he could use a little bit more damage, but I don't know. I'm kind of Silver. The thing about Silver Surfer, I think a lot of people like maybe second guessing is, what if we haven't seen all of the synergies for Silver Surfer? Because I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Silver Surfer synergy that just like boosts the heck out of him, you know? Because he's got all those crazy buffs. So if we saw a synergy for him that like targeted those buffs properly, he could go from 0 to 100 real quick. I did not mean to L1. That's just my thoughts. But hey, maybe that's just me being optimistic, but I'd like to be optimistic about it. Because, like, let's see. What are Silver Surfer's synergies? Doesn't he have a synergy with, like, Doom? Yeah, so check this out. This is important. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, so check this out. Silver Surfer. Sorry, team. I botched this video up and I can't fix it without closing it out. But Silver Surfer has this synergy here where once per fight, if Silver Surfer were to lose more health, this is Heralds of Galactus. So we're getting another champ that's going to have a synergy with Silver Surfer. And if I keep on scrolling down here to Cosmic Overload here, notice that Doom has a Silver Surfer synergy that buffs all of Doom's buffs, right? Each time the Aura of Hazaroth is activated, Doom taps into the Power Cosmic, gaining a random buff. What if this champion that comes out, Heralds of Galactus, has a synergy with Silver Surfer, like on that champion, that gives Silver Surfer boosts to all of his buffs, right? Like, and like most importantly, what if this Fury buff here, like what if it's plus 100% on the Fury buff, or even plus 50% on the Fury buff? People are going to go from thinking he hits like kind of okay to thinking he hits hard enough to be relevant. Like he already is super tanky off of the armor up. So having that be boosted in any way, shape, or form is just going to make him even tankier. So I just think that there's some potential for Silver Surfer, and I gotta hold out hope. But on top of that, honestly, he's number one in prestige, and like Thor Ragnarok was number one in prestige, and there's almost like pretty low reasons to ever like bother maxing him out, and tons of people did that out just for esports alone. So I don't know. I feel like he's in a good place, but I still think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see one more synergy for him, and I get the feeling it's gonna be pretty strong. Like maybe 25% increased buffs is probably my guess. So this is my last run, and then I'm going to get ready, and then I'm going to push for Variant 1, I think. I'll be back with another live stream after like 20 minutes or so, but I need to take a break, collect myself, maybe watch a guide or two, because I'm not ready, but I'm excited. One more 5-star today, get another 3 to 4 gem. See how far we can go. Whoa. That's it. That's the last fight. I'm not doing Ms. Marvel again. I gotta take a break. It's been hour and a half of potion farming. I got like 35 or so potions. That's a pretty good time. I think I'm ready to push Variant 1. And if I'm not, well, we'll just use Revives and Unit Man to get my way through. So, that said, I will be back to do Variant 1. Chapter 3. ETA 20 to 30 minutes. So I'll be back in 20 to 30 minutes to clear that. And I will talk to you all later.